Lindsay here with Pilates On Demand. Today I'm bringing you a routine for tight outer hips, tight glutes. This area gets tight from sometimes sitting, but also exercising where we do our clamshells, a lot of resistance band work, that sideline booty work. That is gonna get this all tight, so this routine is made to loosen it up. So we are gonna get started laying on our back. You don't need any equipment, just yourself. So bring it on down for me. We're gonna lay on the back, send the left leg straight, and bring your right knee into your chest. Reach your right arm out to the right and spot the floor, and then take your left hand to hold on to the right knee. Now, when we take the right leg across the body, I don't want you to turn your belly button or lift your right shoulder. So right shoulder stays down. Start to bring the right leg across the body with the left hand, and the hip can lift, but I'm not letting the right shoulder lift. Then flex the right foot and kick it all the way to the side of you. Then bend the knee and come back to center. So we're gonna do that dynamically. So spotting that right shoulder on the floor, will not lift, knee comes across, we kick it out through a flexed foot, then the knee, come back to center. Now if you're really tight, when you come across the body, maybe you don't go as far, and then when you extend the leg, maybe it's more towards the bottom of the mat. No problem at all. If you're feeling a little bit looser, your goal is going to be to get the knee completely straight by pulling the quad up and pushing out through the heel. Toes in line with the hip crease. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Knee goes across the body, kick it out. We get that outer lateral hip stretch for sure. Bend the knee, center, and stretch it long. Let's switch sides, guys. So remembering to keep your belly button facing the ceiling, bringing the left knee into the chest, hold the knee with the right hand, and then spot the floor with the left arm and the left shoulder. So now I'm gonna stay on this side so you get a good view of what's going on in the other side of the body. So I'm bringing my left leg across the body. You can see that my hip lifts a little, but I'm not just letting it fall over like this, yeah? So I'm resisting. And then I'll kick my left leg out to the left, straightening the knee and flexing the foot, bend the knee, come back to center. Good, bringing the leg across the midline, kick the leg out, bend the knee, bring it back to center. And I'll show the modification. So maybe you don't go as far over, and then maybe when you straighten the leg, it's more towards the bottom of the mat. Totally fine. You just want to feel a good stretch. If you have enough, then you stay right there. Okay, we're gonna go for two more. Come across, kick it out, bend the knee, bring it in. Last one. Let's make this one our best one yet. Tightening the thigh, flexing through the foot. Woo! Bending the knee, bringing it back to center. Okay guys, so we are gonna flip it over and let's go into our right leg. So you'll bring your right leg forward. I'm gonna show you from this direction. Instead of like pigeon where you bring your shin parallel to the front edge of the mat, I'm going to try to get my knee and my hip, so the thigh parallel to the front edge of the mat, and my left leg is straight back behind me. Then plant your hands underneath your shoulders and turn your chest over to the right. So I'm going into the leg. Okay, let me show you from a different angle so you can see what the back leg looks like. So I'm getting to as much of our ability, the right knee to hip, so the thigh parallel to the front edge of the mat, hands in front of us, and then the back leg, turn the knee down. Now I really feel that in my tush, so hopefully you do too. Okay, so we're turning from the waist, coming back over. I'm giving you guys all the angles. Okay, and now we're gonna add a little pulse into this. So take your left hand and we're gonna reach it across the body. And you're doing little pulses. So I'm twisting further and further into this hip stretch. I want to feel a little bit of movement in the ribs. Woo! The last two, and one. And then coming back to center, we're adding on. So you're going to flex that right foot and see if you can kick it across the mat. Still try to turn your chest to the right, and then you're gonna bend the knee. Flex the foot, kick the heel out, pull the right hip to the right, and then bend the knee. Woo! So it's a little bit similar to what we did laying on our back, but now we're in this prone position facing the floor. Last one. Kick it out, bend the knee, and bring it on in. Okay, so we're gonna take this to the left leg, and I'll show it from a different angle just so you guys can get situated with this. So your left shin plate faces the side of the mat, and the thigh is parallel to the front edge of the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. Now if you're tight, it's going to be hard to square the hips, but you're gonna do your best to start to move this right hip bone to face forward. Try to turn your right knee down. And I'm using my arms to really help manipulate the stretch. I'm twisting my waist to the left. So I'm turning my chest into the front leg. Woo! Can we feel that or what? Okay, so you're gonna take your outside arm and pulse it across the body, reaching for the left side of the room, dynamically twisting through the waist a little bit further and further. Good, let's do one more. And then plant the hands down, and maybe you hold this, or if you want that extra, you're going to flex your foot and kick it across the mat, and then bend the knee. Now I want you to think of your left heel and your left hip going in opposite directions. So as you kick the foot out to the right, turn your chest left. Good, let's do one more. Kick it out, woo! Bend it in. Okay, so you can see how this is all really dynamic, flowy outer hip work. That's where the next one is going to take us as well. So we're going to cross our legs like we're sitting in a chair from this kneeling position. So bring your right knee all the way over the left knee, and then kick your feet apart. Walk your hands back towards your legs and start to sit the hips back any amount. Maybe you can come all the way upright. Maybe you keep weight on the hands, that's also okay. Then we'll walk it forward, plant the hands wide, tuck the toes, and we're lifting up into a cross-legged down dog. We're gonna repeat all of that. Are you ready? Bend your knees, feet are kicking apart, toes untucked. Then walk it back any amount. Maybe you're here, maybe we come to upright. Then we're gonna shift it forward, plant the hands, tuck the toes, downward dog. Ooh, that feels good. Bend the knees, feet kick apart, walk it back, sit on the hips. One more, let's do it. Walk it forward, plant the hands, tuck the toes, lift the hips, bend the knees, untuck the toes, walk it back. Okay, you guys, we are switching legs. So shift forward. So the leg that's behind you is now going to be the one that's on the inside. So uncross the legs. Let's take the left leg, cross it over the back of the right knee, and then kick your feet apart. Toes are untucked. I'm moving my body weight back in space, and if this is tight, I'm gonna keep weight in my hands to support this position. If I have more flexibility or mobility here, I'll sit into those hips. Then we walk it forward, plant the hands wide, tuck the toes, lift the hips, and press the heels into the mat. Bend the knees, untuck the toes with the feet apart, walk it back, sitting down in between those heels. Okay, we're gonna take this through, dynamically moving with your breath. Bend the knees, untuck the toes, walk it back. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Shift it forward, plant the hands, lift the hips, bend the knees, untuck the toes, walk it back. Nicely done, guys. Okay, so unwrap that situation. Come to take a seat. So we're doing a seated figure 4 stretch. So plant your right foot forward, bending the knee, and cross that left ankle over. Lengthen out through your back. If you want to have a little bit more intensity, walk your hands in closer, or possibly bring this right foot and your hips closer to each other. But make sure that doesn't then have you sink. Yeah, so stay nice and tall. Now we're going to kind of like rock the baby. So take it side to side. Yeah, and continue to press this left knee forward. Not with your hand, but with the strength of the hip. Good, let's do 2 more. Last one. Good, and then let's switch it out. So planting the left foot, cross that right ankle over, lift the spine, and then check if you need more. So your hands come closer to your back, or your right foot or your left foot comes closer to your hips. I can feel that this side's a lot looser for me, so I can definitely manage that. So each side could be a little bit different, so just listen to your body, and we're gonna take it right and left, side to side, opening the hips up. I know this one feels so good, not only in my outer hips, but also low back. This can also help loosen up any sciatic issues. Good, let's go for 2 more. Last one. Good, and then release. And guess what? You did it. It was short, sweet, it's easy to fit in at the end of a workout, or if you wake up and you're really stiff in these areas. I hope that this feels a lot looser. Let me know how it went for you in the comments, and I look forward to seeing you on the next workout. So do not forget to hit that subscribe button below and like, comment, and share with your friends. Thanks for joining me today, guys, and I will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.